Welcome inside of Geisman Gymnasium for today's women's basketball contest between the visiting North Central College Cardinals and your Concordia Chicago Cougars. I'm Carter Gledhill, joined by Peter Borkowski. And Peter, last Saturday, this team for the Cougars picked up their first win over Blackburn College by a score of 77-57 in a really complete game on both the front and backcourt.
That's right. There's not a lot to complain about the Cougars last game. Ava Gardner once again led the way for the Cougars. 25 points, 8 rebounds on the day. She had another great game to add to her resume as a Cougar.
And I think the big thing about the Cougars in that game was they built on what they struggled with in their first game against University of Wisconsin lacrosse. In one category, that was the rebounding. 59 rebounds for the team. That was 28 in their game against the Eagles 2 weeks ago. So they obviously made that adjustment there. But then 28 points. So they're turning defense into offense.
No, definitely a big part of that is freshman Allison McGregor, the 5'10 forward. She had 15 points and 15 rebounds, 11 points to post her first double-double in her collegiate career. So she's a big reason the Cougars were dominating that interior.
And I think another person that we need to mention again is junior guard Jaylene Wade. She had 16 points and 7 assists, and she has done a really good job of slowing down the tempo when needed and getting this Cougars offense into a rhythm.
That's right. Wade can do a bit of it all. She can facilitate the offense, but she can also score on her own. You really have to watch her, both her scoring and passing ability. So very hard player to defend against.
Well, let's get a scouting report on the visiting Cardinals. They played their last game Wednesday night against the Concordia University Wisconsin Falcons, and they fell by a score of 74-70. And the only player in double digits for the Cardinals, as well as their leading scorer, is Allie Pearson with 20 points.
That's right. Pearson has kind of been the focal point of the Cardinals offense this year. She leads the team in points per game with 14.3. She also got 4.3 assists per game on the year. So she's kind of the focal point of that offense for the Cardinals.
Well, we got about 5 minutes till tip-off here in Geisman Gymnasium. Peter, let me get one quick tip for in this game for the Cougars to pull out a win.
I think the Cougars would do a good job in terms of keeping the Cardinals towards the outside of the perimeters. The Cardinals currently rank last in their conference in three-point percentage at 18%. The Cougars rank first in the NAC in three-point percentage against with 10.3. That's what they're holding opponents to. So if they can do that against this Cardinals team, they're going to have a good game today.
It's the Cardinals versus the Cougars in Saturday afternoon basketball here on the campus of Concordia University of Chicago. Peter and I will have the call for you, so stay tuned on the Cougar Sports Network for a 2:30 tip-off. There you have it, your starters for today's game between the Cardinals and the Cougars. Let's run it back one time for each starters. For the Cardinals, number 4, Natalie Strivopoulos. Number 20, Maitri Smith. Number 21, Stephanie Kowalczyk. Number 24, Allison Pearson. And number 32, Ishel Lewenberg. For the Cougars, number 1, Sarah Ludwig. Number 3, Jaylene Wade. Number 10, Ava Gardner. Number 34, Lauren Sala. And number 35, Allison McGregor. Cougars in their all-white home jerseys with the gold trim. Cardinals in their road all blacks with red and white trim. Peter, it's the same starting 5 for the Cardinals, but a new face for the Cougars in their starting 5 today, and that's the sophomore forward Lauren Sala, who really shined in the last game against Blackburn.
That's right. She made her season debut last game against Blackburn. She didn't put up so many eye-popping stats. She did have 9 rebounds, which is impressive, but it was more the energy she brought to the table that really energized this Cougars team. That's something they seemed to miss in their first game against UW La Crosse.
Cougars going left to right. Cardinals going right to left. And opening tip is underway, and the Cardinals get it. Pearson, number 24, leading scorer for the Cardinals. Be sure to watch out for her, and she gets early work in the paint with the missed layup, though. Jaylene Wade brings it up on the far side. Good drive. Neville step back by the block for the first basket of the game.
It's a good screen there set by Sala. Gave Wade some space to run and make a play on that.
Drive to the paint. Ishel Lewenberg with a strong finish off the high glass of the backboard.
So she cuts the interior, mostly untouched by the Cougars defenders. Got to be a little bit more aggressive on that. Can't let her just walk to the interior of the paint.
Cougars did a better job in their last game using set offense. It really helped them get back into the rhythm of things as that was poked away, and the Cardinals have it in transition. Kowalczyk contested by McGregor.
Good job there by McGregor to get back, stop that transition play.
Ludwig pulls out just outside of the elbow, leaves it for McGregor for a 3. Hits back iron, rebound pulled down by Pearson. Strivopoulos backs down Wade, dishes it to Smith. Her shot's no good, foul is called. It'll be on Strivopoulos, her first, team's first. Wade uses the screen from McGregor, crosses it back over. And the Cougars are running their offense from the perimeter, trying to get it inside to Sala. They do, overhead pass, good feed from Wade to Sala. And there you can see it on display, Jaylene Wade with the great court vision and just the patience to time that up.
Right, and she knew Sala had the height advantage in that matchup in the low post, so she just sent it higher than the defender, and Sala snagged it and then put it in the bucket.
Easy basket for Lewenberg.
So you got to watch those cutters. Sala got caught in a 2-on-1 there.
And the Cougars need to work on the transition defense. Hustling back after a made basket has been an emphasis for Coach Martin and the Cougars this year.
The Cardinals play a fast transition game. Got to watch out for that.
Crossover by Ludwig, contested by Kowalczyk. She falls down. It's a 2-on-1 opportunity. Lewenberg pulls right outside of the elbow, looking for some help. Dishes it to Pearson.
It's a good job, McGregor, to get in there, stop that 2-on-1.
Offensive foul called on Lewenberg, knocked Ludwig to the ground on the screen. So 2 quick fouls for the Cardinals. You can see Ava Gardner bringing the ball up this time. 25 points, a season and career high in her game against Blackburn College last weekend. She's been a big addition to this team as that was stolen away by Lewenberg. Little stutter step from Strivopoulos. Gardner with the rebound.
Say Cougars got to watch turnovers. They're already at 3.
Gardner to Wade. Bing! Big shot there from Wade. That's one of those things you like to see, and she's really good at that. She's shooting 33% from the three-point line in her career.
So that's a big reason they won last week against Blackburn, finding the open person on the perimeter for the easy three-pointer.
Pump fake and an and one from Maitree Smith. She'll go to the free throw line. Foul is called on Allison McGregor, her first, team's first of the quarter. Smith shooting 67% free throws on the season. Converts the three-point play. Substitution for the Cardinals. Megan McClure, the sophomore guard from Bartlett, Illinois, checks in. Both teams already using the full court pressure. And you mentioned, Peter, kind of the turnover margin right now as the Cougars have 3. There's a reason why the Cardinals are doing that. Ludwig to McGregor in the paint. She can't knock it down the first time. Doesn't get it the second time. And Sayla finds it for 3. Third time's the charm. And a big play.
Say Sayla and McGregor using their size there. McGregor 5'11", Sayla 6 foot. It's towering over the opposition.
Good rebound and defense from the Cougars. Wade in transition. And she got a little bit too much of the body on that one. Tried to tuck it down like a running back. Knocked over Pearson in the paint. That's a charging violation. Megan Duffy, the freshman guard, checks in for the Cardinals. Taking a seat on the bench will be Pearson.
So we talked before the game about the rebounding from the Cougars last game. Right now they lead the game 7 rebounds to 1. It's a big reason they find themselves in an early lead right now.
Corner jumper from Leeuwenberg knocks it down. She is off to a hot start as she has 6 of the 9 points for the Cardinals. .506 remaining in the first quarter. 9-9 game. Wade's 3 is off the mark.
This is a good contest there. It's number 4 of the Cardinals, Stavropoulos.
Stavropoulos gives it out. She gets it back, takes it to the paint, throws one up. Good defense by McGregor, putting her hands up. Sayla with a 3. That's no good. Offensive board by McGregor, tied up under the basket with McClure. It's a jump ball, and it'll stay with the Cougars. Peter, right now the Cougars are 1 of 5 in their last 5 possessions from the field. 4 shots have been the 3. They've only sank 1. So the pressure from the Cardinals definitely taking a toll on the offense. In transition and freshly off the bench, Elle Sutter. Offensive board for herself, and she'll go to the line after getting fouled.
Yeah, we were talking about shots, and I think the Cougars just got to work on their when they want to shoot and see when they're wide open, which they are quite a bit, especially against Blackburn last game. They usually drain those threes, but today a lot of their threes have been contested, so maybe a bit more decision-making should be in the process.
Foul on Sarah Ludwig. Checking into the game for the Cougars, number 44, Kate Johnson. Sutter is a 60% free throw shooter on the season. Misses the first chance.
So she was second on the team in free throw percentage last year, 77%.
Able to knock the second one down.
Continuing that strong aspect of her game.
You see the Cougars are trying to feed it into the paint. Ludwig, underhand shot on the drive, and she was fouled on the arm. Foul is called on Megan Duffy. Checking in for the Cardinals and returning is Maitree Smith. 2 shots for Ludwig. Knocks it down. Ludwig, a 63% free throw shooter in her career. Her 4th season with the Cougars. 5th-year senior. Misses the second one. Rebound by Pearson. Feed into the paint for Smith. Turnaround shot. Good.
A screen in the corner kind of threw the Cougars off. Got Johnson, what I believe was Gardner, tied up in each other that opened that passing lane to the interior for the easy bucket. A bit more communication on the defense.
Cougars are really trying to feed it inside. With some confusion in. Gardner's shot no good. Rebound by Pearson. Bounce pass intercepted by McGregor, but they're going to call it travel. So the Cardinals will get the ball on the baseline. Duffy's inbound pass out to the wing for Pearson. No good. Wade bringing it up. Cougars 1 of 6 in their last 6 trips offensively from the field. In need of a basket in order to keep it at a 2-point game. A foul is called. And that's on Megan Duffy. That's her 2nd, team's 4th. Checking in for the first time for the Cardinals, Jessica Kowalczyk. Jessica and Stephanie, the sisters from Arlington Heights, Illinois, went to Prospect High School. Gardner, corner look 3, no good. She's been cold to start off the afternoon.
It's a good look. She's pretty open in the corner. Good find by Wade. Just couldn't connect on the 3.
Sutter spins it out, gives it to the elbow for Smith. Bounces out. McGregor pulls it down.
So someone's got to pick up Smith there. That's too close a jumper for no one to be on her.
Wade uses a screen. Her shot bounces off back iron, gives it back, and Gardner now taking a shot. No good. Another board from McGregor. Takes 2 steps and gets fouled on the way up. So she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
McGregor's already got 7 rebounds on the game. She had 15 in the last game against Blackburn, so she's well on her way to breaking that career high.
Maitri Smith with the foul, and a big story right here. Peters checking in for the first time since November 15th of 2019 is Jada Dixon. McGregor misses the first shot, but Dixon was sidelined due to an injury last year. So a big addition in height at a much-needed time for Coach Martin as she makes her appearance for the first time this season. And a travel called in the backcourt on Al Sutter. So a turnover for the Cardinals. Cougars get it in front of the North Central bench. And the Cougars need to get something going offensively. Good perimeter defense by the Cardinals after the Cougars jumped out to an early lead in the beginning of the quarter. McGregor 3. She knocks it down.
Say about an easy look at threes you can get wide open at the top of the key. Little opposition.
Bounce pass in the paint. Smith, another basket. She's been having an afternoon so far. She has 7 points in the early goings of this one. Another ball screen to start the offense for the Cougars. Dixon a 3. Bang! Welcome back to the court, Jada Dixon.
Yeah. We're talking about how big a presence Dixon can be in the interior, but kind of showing us up a little bit, taking that three for her first points back.
She now fouls Leeuwenberg in the paint. So a common theme, though, for the Cougars is using that ball screen to start it off. And you can see what happens when they get the confusion from the Cardinals' defense. You get the open looks, and anybody right now has been shooting for the Cougars, as you can see.
That's right. That's why they really thrived against Blackburn last week. A lot of open looks from three. They haven't been as open today, which is why they're not hitting as much. Hopefully they can turn that around, though.
Leeuwenberg not able to finish on the spin move over Wade. Dixon, can she go 2 for 2? Oh, and just misses it. Hits the back iron. Didn't get the extra roll it needed to fall back in. With under a minute to play in the quarter. Dixon almost with the block. She falls down, and then she gets hit. Hopefully she's all right, and she's getting up. Transition for the Cougars. Ball is flying around on the ground, and it hits off of Ava Gardner last. Checking in for the Cougars, number 13, Bailey Steinkamp. Has been primarily serving as a bench player so far in this season just because of some injuries. Was named an all-conference honorable mention last year.
You hope the Cougars are trying to work her back in the starting lineup, because when she's getting full minutes, she's a dangerous threat.
Pump fake by Pearson. 27 seconds remaining in the first quarter, 16-16. Wade met by Kowalczyk. Trying to force her into a corner. Cougars are going to take the last shot. Gardner travels, wanted to do a cross step. Leaves 9.8 seconds remaining on the clock.
Yeah, I like the beginning of that play, let Wade do an ISO play, either dodge to score or dodge to feed, but turnovers prevent anything from happening there.
Pearson charging full steam ahead, met by contact and travels. She couldn't get a shot off before she came back down.
Good defense by Steinkamp.
Josie Call checking in for the first time, the freshman guard. Trying to get a last play in for the Cougars, putting an extra shooter out there in the corner. Wade lets it roll, picks it up, 3 seconds, gives it to Gardner. Quick shot on the wing and blocked by Leeuwenberg. And that's the end of the first quarter. We're all tied up 16-16. Peter, what are your initial thoughts?
Well, I think the Cougars just might want to slow things down a little bit. They're shooting the three a lot, but not a lot of good open looks. That's what they had against Blackburn. Some good ball movement led to a lot of open looks last week. They slow the offense down a little bit this week. Find those open looks, they might be able to connect on some more of those threes.
And one thing we're talking about threes, you mentioned the Cardinals have struggled throughout this season with the three-point shot, only shooting 17% from behind the arc. They only took one attempt in that first quarter, so obviously they understand they need to be a little bit more selective in their shots, and they've been really feeding the paint with Maitrese Smith.
Right, yep, just some good adjustments by the Cardinals team. They realize the three-pointer hasn't really been working out for them this season, so change the game plan up a little, work towards the interior a little bit more, and it's paying off for them so far as we're tied at 16.
We'll take a quick break on the Cougar Sports Network. We'll bring back more action from Geisman Gymnasium shortly. Second quarter action starts with the Cardinals having the ball. Cardinals led for most of the quarter, and then the Cougars clawed back at the end of it, hitting a couple late threes. Jada Dixon with one of them. as the shot from Stephanie Kowalczyk hits off the top of the backboard and goes out of bounds. Cougars will bring it up.
That's a good closeout. Then that possession by Steinkamp. Talk about her scoring threat. She's also a very good defender. She was second on the team in steals last year.
So the same players out there for the Cougars that ended the first quarter. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
So you got to work towards the middle a bit more.
Call drives, pivots, gives it to Sayla, tries to get baseline, and she just gets stuffed. And a jump ball called. On the defense was Maitrese Smith. So the jump ball will stay with the Cougars. They have to get a shot up quickly with only 1 second on the shot clock. McGregor not able to get a shot off, and a shot clock violation.
So the Cougars just a little too indecisive on that possession. Worked towards the perimeter a lot, but never really got anything going. That was a good defense on the Cardinals' part as well.
Pearson bringing the ball up. Only with 2 points in the opening quarter. She averages 14.3 points a game. Kowalczyk shot, no good. Offensive board and put back by Leeuwenberg. She now has 8 points. (18-16) the score, 8:29 remaining in the second quarter. Carter Gledhill, Peter Borkowski with you on the call. Crossover by Steinkamp, 2 steps off the backboard, no good. And a hard foul from Josie Call knocks Pearson to the ground. That'll be Call's first and team's first of the quarter. Checking in, Ava Gardner, Sarah Ludwig. Taking a seat is Call and Jaylene Wade.
That's kind of the story right now. Gardner still held pointless so far. She's 0 for 4 from the field, all of which were 3-point attempts. He's got to do something to get her going, maybe work towards the middle a bit more.
Stephanie Kowalczyk trying to take it coast to coast. Good defense by Steinkamp again, making it a tough shot interior inside of the paint. Ludwig hands it off to Gardner. Sets a screen for Steinkamp. 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Step back from Steinkamp will leave it for Sayla. Her shot's airballed, and it goes the other way.
So again, a bit too much time beyond the arc there for the Cougars. Got to work towards the interior a little bit more.
Stravopoulos. Her pass is intended out to the wing for Stephanie Kowalczyk. Foul is called on Ava Gardner for a block. Pearson with the running shot, knocks it down. Difficult one from the corner.
Right, that might be one of those instances of good defense, better offense. That's a tough shot. Nice little floater.
Trying to get it into Sayla was Steinkamp, no good. So now Ludwig takes a 3. Hits front iron and it bounces out to the side.
So I think they're wanting Steinkamp to do a bit too much right now, kind of relying on her isolation skills. I think they should get the ball moving a bit more, get that defense on their toes a little bit.
Ball rolls off the foot of Ludwig. Cardinals will have possession with 24 seconds on the shot clock. Jaylene Wade back into the game will replace Bailey Steinkamp. Leeuwenberg's drive is stopped with a kick ball on the Cougars. And they'll take it out once again from the baseline. And an easy layup for Leeuwenberg with McGregor on the back. Peter, it looked like she didn't know where her player was.
No, that was a missed assignment. Worked on McGregor's part. Levenberg just hit an easy lane to the basket, caught the inbound pass, and laid it in. Not too much difficulty there.
Wade's foul on the ground or actually, it was on the shot, so she'll go to the line to shoot 2. Foul is called on Stravopoulos. Wade, a 75% free throw shooter in her career. She's now a perfect 5 of 5 on the season from the charity stripe. And of course, I jinx it because she misses the second one.
Classic announcer jinx. Can't beat it.
5-point lead for the Cardinals. As Smith is able to go from the top to the other side of the basket. Her shot's no good. Stephanie Kowalczyk will just dribble it all the way back out near the center logo. She goes baseline. Wade's able to knock it out of bounds.
A nice play there by Wade. Stop that offense, forcing to inbound it. Remember, Wade was all NAC South first team last year. Do a bit of it all.
Pearson's corner 3 is no good. Foul is called on the Cardinals. Number 0, Elle Sutter. That's Sutter's first foul, team's second. And the pass attempt from McGregor was tipped by a Cardinal. Foul is called on number 14. Excuse me, number 24. Allison Pearson. So the Cougars have really stalled on offense as an air ball by Wade, way off the mark.
Yeah, that's uncharacteristic from Wade.
Levenberg not able to get it up over the front of the iron. So now Ludwig will try to restart it for the Cougars. Dishes it inside for McGregor. Her shot gets blocked by the rim, and Sela ends the drought for the Cougars. Cuts it back to a 3-point deficit.
It's a nice entry pass from Ludwig, a little bounce pass to McGregor. And once again, McGregor and Sela using their size to their advantage.
Offensive foul called on Maitrese Smith. That's her second foul, team's third. Peter, in the last game against Blackburn, this Cougars team had 18 assists, right now with only 4. So if they can keep doing what we just saw in that last possession, we'll start to see the offense, I think, uptick a little bit more.
Right, and that's probably the biggest difference between today and last week. That ball movement was on point last week, led to a lot of open looks this week. Again, only 4 assists so far.
Lauren Sela didn't set her feet on the screen, and she's called for the foul. So she'll come to the bench, replaced by Jada Dixon.
Remember, Sela fouled out last game. Takes that presence off the court. She's got to be careful today. She's only got 1 so far, which is looking good so far, but just got to be careful.
That pass goes out of bounds from Megan McClure. So a turnover for the Cardinals. That's their 6th in the game. Cougars have 10 in that department. Dixon, top of the key. No good. Pearson stops and gives it off to Sutter. Pulls back for a 3. High arc. Takes a high bounce off the rim.
And North Central still yet to hit a 3 today. So we talked about that coming into the pregame. He was doing a good job winning those 3 opportunities.
Wade in trouble. Able to find Dixon, who gives it to Gardner. And Gardner travels And she is off to a slow start. Now her second turnover. It's still 0 for 4 from the field. As Peter mentioned, all 4 were from threes. Very uncharacteristic right now from Gardner. Be off to this slow start.
The thing is, Gardner is such a multi-dimensional scorer. You don't have to limit her to the 3-point. She can score on the inside too. So Coach Martin might want to get her changing up her game plan a little bit on how Gardner should score.
McClure had an open look for about a 12-footer and unable to convert.
So Cougars defense a little out of position there. McClure is just wide open.
Ludwig's layup rolled on top of the rim and fell into the hands of Leeuwenberg. North Central's been held scoreless for the last 2.5 minutes.
The Cougars defense keeping them in the game right now. They're only 1 for 6 from the field in this quarter.
Pearson's shot way off the mark. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Sutter, her shot was heavily contested. And the Cougars are now pushing it quickly the other way. Wade stopped in the paint, gives it to McGregor. Her shot hits off the side of the basket. And both teams fighting for a basket. And standing tall again is Sarah Ludwig. She takes another charge. That's now her 3rd offensive foul that she has drawn today. She's doing the dirty work, trying to keep her team in this. As a timeout is called by Coach Lauren Martin and the Cougars. It's a full timeout. 22-19 is the score with 2:47 remaining in the first half. We'll take a quick break on the Cougar Sports Network and come back shortly. Coming out of the timeout, back in action here at Geisman Gymnasium. 22-19 is your score. North Central leads the Cougars, as the Cougars have been scoreless in the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds. The Cardinals in the last 4 minutes. So hopefully that timeout is able to give the coaches some opportunities to go to the old chalkboard and drop some plays.
So only 9 points combined in the quarter. Each team had 16 of their own in the first quarter, so scoring has just gone off a cliff in this second quarter here. Defense is both playing really well.
7 seconds on the shot clock. Wade uses the screen, step backs and loses the ball. That was Stephanie Kowalczyk able to dive on the ground. Jump ball will go to the Cardinals. As Pearson brings it up, she has only 4 points in this game as the leading scorer for North Central coming into this contest. Good read from the top from Leeuwenberg, able to find Megan McClure as she gets her first points of the game.
So McClure just using her footwork to maneuver around Dixon. Dixon's got to be a little bit more open on defense right there.
Gardner still held scoreless. Takes a strong drive and not able to finish on the layup. It was her first shot, not a three-pointer in this game. Leeuwenberg's shot's no good. Pulled down by Dixon. Dixon's shot hits front iron. Offensive board by Ludwig, keeps it in play. When she had her foot on the line, it will be Cardinals ball. Lauren Sala and Bailey Steinkamp check back into the game. Replace Jada Dixon and Ava Gardner. Stephanie Kowalczyk, her pass intended for Pearson goes out of bounds. Another turnover for the Cardinals. That's their 8th in the game. Sala's inbound pass to Wade from the near side. Under a minute to play in the quarter. Stephanie Kowalczyk has been on Wade all afternoon, making it really difficult for the junior guard to get any shots up. She gets called for the foul after she went in for a second attempt to snatch it away.
Yeah, Wade, she's only got 5 shots on the day so far. She had 17 last week against Blackburn. You were saying Kowalczyk doing a good job shutting down one of the Cougars' main scoring threats.
So it sends Jaylene Wade to the line as the Cougars have reached the bonus. And here's a good chance for them to try to catch up and get some free points as we end the first half.
So they're not doing anything from the field right now, so try and play a little catch-up from the free throw line.
Wade goes 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. Kept inbounds by Pearson, and she'll bring it up. Pearson a 3. Ricochets off the mark. Goes out of bounds in front of the Cougars bench. Shot clock turned off with 22.5 seconds remaining in the first half. Ava Gardner back into the game. Sarah Ludwig comes out. And the Cougars will try to hold it for the last shot. Again, only 4 points scored for the Cougars in this quarter after scoring 16 in the first. Steinkamp loses it, able to get it back. 2 seconds, 1. Kowalczyk tried to take it all the way, but lost concept of time. And that'll be the end of the first half here at Geisman Gymnasium. The Cardinals able to hold on to the lead entering halftime. They're up by 4 over the Cougars. 24-20 is your score. Peter, a lot different in that quarter for both teams. 12 combined points. North Central with 8, the Cougars with 4. What was the difference?
Well, I think defenses, they just looked a lot more aggressive on both ends of the court, a lot more playing out, not giving as many open looks, not giving as many easy shots to begin with. Say Cougars took 11 shots that quarter, only made 1. Cardinals took 16, only made 4. So defenses both playing some good press right there.
And both teams tried their attempts from the three-point area. North Central took 6 and wasn't able to combine or knock down any of them. And Peter, the Cougars went 0 for 3 as well, so both teams really struggled from that area of the court.
Right, and I think we almost saw the opposite effect of what we've seen before. The Cougars worked towards the interior a lot in that quarter, which made it kind of easy to shut them down. They got to find that nice balance between working the perimeter and working the interior.
Well, we're going to take a break for the CUC dance team to perform, and we'll have more action in basketball for you in 13 minutes and 50 seconds. Welcome back to the broadcast. We're in our halftime break right now, and we got 3 minutes and 28 seconds before play resumes here in Geisman Gymnasium. Carter Gledhill joined by Peter Borkowski. Peter, there was only 12 points scored in that quarter. What was the difference that you saw from the first to the second for both teams offensively?
Well, I think it was a little bit of both offenses and defenses, Carter. Defenses were playing a lot harder, a lot more aggressive, going out, contesting a lot more shots. I think the offense just wasn't hitting as much as they were in that first quarter as well, so I think it was a little bit of both on that second quarter. And
you'll be able to take a look at some of the numbers on your screen that we have in front of us. And one of the biggest numbers that you see for the Cardinals is that they have not hit a three-pointer this entire game.
No, and we talked about a pregame. They came in today ranked last in their conference in three-point percentage. They're obviously changing their game plan up a little bit. They've only taken 7 so far. That's compared to the Cougars' 14. So they realize that's a weakness. They're taking less three-pointers, but they still aren't hitting on them.
And I think the biggest storyline for the Cougars offensively has been Ava Gardner, who has had back-to-back double-digit games, coming off a career-high 25 points against Blackburn College. She has been held scoreless, as she is 0 for 5 from the field, 0 for 4 from behind the three-point line. She only has 2 rebounds and 1 assist to her name in the box score. What do the Cougars need to do to get her going? Because obviously she is a difference maker when she's putting up points.
No, I mentioned this before. She's a very multi-dimensional scorer. She can do it from pretty much anywhere on the court, and I think they're limiting her a little bit by making her take all those three-pointers. So getting her moving around the court, taking shots from different places, might get something going for Gardner.
And I will say, defensively, one player that has really stood out, in my opinion, in this game has been the Cardinals' Stephanie Kowalczyk. She has been stopping Wade and contesting her the entire way up the court and making it really difficult for the first and second passes of the Cougars offense to start. And I think you can see that in the second quarter as well, because the Cougars 1 of 11 from the field.
No, I say we talked about Wade. She's kind of the facilitator of this offense. She could score, she could pass and dish out the assist. She's only taken 5 shots today. She's only got 2 assists in her name as well. So Kowalczyk doing a really good job just keeping Wade from getting anything going for herself or her teammates.
Leading scorer as well as for the game is North Central's Ishel Lewenberg. She has 10 points and 6 rebounds, and all of her points have really come from quick turnarounds, one move in the paint. And we talked about it in the pregame. Your point of emphasis was force the Cardinals to shoot outside. Obviously, they haven't been able to do it today, but they're still finding ways to generate offense on entrance passes into the paint.
Right, Lewenberg's doing a bit of it all. She's got that, basketball IQ to know when to cut towards the interior, and she uses her 5'11" size to her advantage as well, making easy cuts to the baskets, which lead to easy layups, which lead to easy points. So Lewenberg kind of doing it all right now for the Cardinals.
So the Cougars return all 5 of their starters to the court. The Cardinals send out Stephanie Kowalczyk, Allison Pearson, Ishel Lewenberg, Natalie Strobopoulos, as well as Maitri Smith. Cougars get to start the third quarter with the ball, hopefully to turn around some of their offensive misfortunes in the first quarter, especially in that second quarter. Again, that ball screen to start off the offense for the Cougars. Wade not able to bring it down. McGregor, though, with another board and another basket in the paint. She now has 5 points in the game, and she has reached 10 rebounds.
Right, I think McGregor is kind of one of the victims of what I was talking about, how the Cougars just aren't hitting their shots. She's had 7 shots, mostly from the paint. She's only hit 2, though. She might want to get it going to get this Cougars offense going as well.
And a sidestep by Smith comes with a foul, as she was defended by Lauren Sala. It's her second foul, team's first of the quarter. Smith, 8 of 13 now from the free throw line on the season. Able to knock down the second one. Brings it to a 3-point ball game. Wade, again, is pressured in the backcourt
They just aren't giving Wade any space to work with.
Sala's shot hit off the backboard inside of the rim. Pearson leaves it for Kowalczyk. Crosses over, able to avoid Gardner. She's not able to get that extra finger roll to bring it home. Travel on Ludwig in the corner. She took an extra step. That is the Cougars' 15th turnover on the afternoon. Cardinals have 8. Cougars out-rebounding the Cardinals 28-23. It's a good sign for a team that just came off of a huge game on the boards with 59 against Blackburn College. Blocking foul called on Ava Gardner. That's her second. And again, another quick inbound to Leeuwenburg. Peter, it's happened more times, I think, as the game has gone on. They've just been trying to feed her quickly off of that because they catch McGregor sleeping. Right,
I don't know who is always assigned to Leeuwenburg, but they just seem to kind of lose sight of her when there's an inbound pass. Got to keep your eye on her.
Ludwig trying to put the work on Kowalczyk. Pass stolen away by Leeuwenburg.
So it's not a nice pass to make there from Gardner. Leeuwenburg saw it all the way for the easy pick.
Underhand shot from Stravopoulos, no good. A shot from Wade, no good. So both teams starting off the second half slowly. Another missed shot from Smith, fouled and one. The Cardinals can breathe after that shot breaks a near 2-minute scoreless drought. And some substitutions for the Cougars. Princess Gates checks into the game for the first time. Kate Johnson returns. But good persistent attack from Smith in the paint. She's able to finish it off with an extra free throw.
So it might not be a bad idea for the Cougars to get some more of their bench players in the game, get some new blood, try and get something going, because the group they've had out there has gone pretty cold since the first quarter.
And they do just that, giving it to Princess Gates. First shot she takes, sinks it. That's the kind of thing you want to see out of a bench player too, Peter. Another hard foul was on Leeuwenburg going up.
Yeah, some of those bench players can give your team that spark that they need. I think the Cougars more than ever right now need that kind of spark right now from somebody. See if Gates can give it after making her first shot.
Allison McGregor called for the foul, her second. Already the team's fourth in the quarter, and we've only played 3 minutes and 6 seconds. Leeuwenburg now with 12 points after knocking down a pair of free throws.
The Cougars had some troubles with personal fouls last game against Blackburn. I already mentioned Lauren Sala fouled out that game. Allison McGregor came pretty close as well. You can keep an eye on in the second half as they try to claw back in this game.
Foul is called on Maitrese Smith. I think there might be an ensuing battle in the middle coming from Johnson and Smith. And Smith will head to the bench. And she is replaced by Megan McClure. Kate Johnson, 6'1". So she could be a viable asset to this offense if they can get her the ball. They try to there, but a turnover for the Cougars. Nice 15-footer from Leeuwenberg as she continues her excellence this afternoon. Now 6 of 10 from the field.
Johnson's going to be a little quicker on that close out there. Just kind of took a step or two, and then looks like she almost gave up on the play. You got to put some pressure on the shooter.
Largest lead of the afternoon for the Cardinals. Good move by Gates, sidestepping the defender and finishing off with the soft touch. And a block from Johnson the other way. So back-to-back good plays for the Cougars.
So they just need to get some kind of momentum. Both teams really haven't had any since the first quarter just because they're both struggling to hit their shots.
Staropoulos' shot is off the mark. She's able to get in on the ground, force a jump ball. Possession will stay with the Cardinals. A fresh 30 on the shot clock. Give them a new possession. Staropoulos, again, not able to knock it down. Gates to Ludwig. She almost lost it, corrals herself, and then is fouled hard. She goes to the ground and will get rewarded by going to the free throw line. Foul is called on Staropoulos. Jessica Kowalczyk checks into the game for the first time in the second half. Ludwig knocks down the first one. Big pair of free throws from Ludwig cuts down the Cardinal lead to 4. As the Cougars jumped out to an early lead in the first quarter, and since then the Cardinals have just been able to hold on to the lead.
Right.
So let's see if the Cougars can swing a little bit of that momentum to their direction. Long 2 from Gates, no good. Had her foot on the line.
So no one's really been able to get great control of this game. It's been a back and forth battle in its purest sense.
So before the jump ball, a timeout by Coach Martin. As Princess Gates was able to disrupt the Kowalczyk drive. 30-second timeout called by the Cougars. 4:59 remaining in the third quarter. 32-28 is your score. Cardinals ahead of the Cougars here on the Cougars Sports Network. There's a nice shot of the Cougar pep band standing in the top right corner of Geisman Gymnasium, playing Michael Jackson's Thriller to perfection. It's been a thrilling afternoon so far. A low-scoring affair. Good defensive play by both teams, as you can see from the scoreboard. Jaylene Wade. Shot gets deflected by McClure. Able to get a fingertip on it.
Wade does not look like herself shooting today. A couple air balls you usually never see from her.
Good defense from Ludwig. Able to force McClure to hesitate on the shot. Jessica Kowalczyk. Not able to drain the 3. And rolling it in and finishing is Leeuwenberg again. She has been causing trouble for the Cougars this entire afternoon. Not able to make it a three-point play, but still 16 points, 10 rebounds. That offensive board gives her a double-double. .408 remaining in the third quarter. Cougars have scored 8 points in the third. Princess Gates just outside of the paint, rattles it home. Cardinals able to get it into their side of the court. And a hard foul as Pearson stumbles to the court. She'll head to the free throw line because of the bonus. Jaylene Wade called for the foul. That's her second of the afternoon.
So looking at the box score, Cougars might want to start feeding through Gates a bit more. She got 6 points in just 3 minutes off the bench. That's one off from the team lead of 7. She's got the hot hand for the Cougars right now.
Cougars have also not hit a three-pointer since the first quarter. Johnson will try it. She knocks it down.
I'm telling you, the announcer jinx, it's a real thing.
Brings it to 2 between the Cardinals and the Cougars. And Kate Johnson, that's her first three-point attempt of the season, is able to knock it home.
Say 100% shooter.
Megan McClure able to answer. Foul called on Jessica Kowalczyk. So as you can see, that pressure on ball now forces Kowalczyk to back up because of the foul.
Right, both teams, again, I've said before, defenses are pressing out hard all game.
Wade able to find the open space in the court. She now has 9 points. Right at the free throw line was McClure, so back-to-back baskets for her.
This whole sequence almost like a microcosm for what this game has been. Neither team able to really pull away. The Cardinals haven't been able to pull away. Cougars haven't been able to pull within.
Johnson's three, no good.
It's felt like most of the game has kind of stayed at this 4-point difference.
Levenberg drops another one on the Cougars. Now 3 possessions we saw for the Cardinals have come from quick shots off an assist. So they're finding a little rhythm here in the late goings of the third quarter. Wade spins around, throws up a shot, able to get an offensive boards foul, and one! Jaylene Wade with a strong finish. And she's showing up in this third quarter. We talked about her in the first half needing to do something big, and she is going on a little bit of a run.
So getting her hot would be huge for the Cougars. She's been one of their primary scoring threats this year. So getting her going in that department could help them pull back within this game.
Knocks down the free throw. 41-38, North Central over Concordia Chicago with under 2 minutes to play in the quarter. Allison McGregor and Jada Dixon back on the court for the Cougars. Foul is called on Princess Gates. And Peter, you can see right now the free throws coming into effect because of the bonus, giving the Cardinals an extra chance to keep them in front.
Right, they've taken 8 free throws in this quarter. Cougars don't want to let them pull away just based off 3 points, basically. Be careful in the foul department.
It's called the charity stripe for a reason. And the Cardinals have made 7 free throws in the quarter as they lead by 5. McGregor, long 3, high arc, no good. Rebound from McClure.
I like that look from McGregor. She was wide open. Just could not connect on it, though.
Corner 3 from Sutter. Rebound by Leeuwenberg. Pulled down by Dixon. She's going to try to bring it up. Almost loses it. Able to get it to Gates.
Yeah, triple team there.
Crossover. Sidestep. Good. Princess Gates, as Peter has mentioned, has been a difference maker in this quarter, now with 8 points in 6 minutes of play.
So Gates doing exactly what we talked about, coming off the bench, providing that spark the Cougars needed.
Leeuwenberg tried once, tried twice, no good, and now a double dribble call on Allison McGregor. So another turnover for the Cougars. That is now their 19th in the game. Lauren Sala will replace McGregor.
The Cougars averaging 23 and a half turnovers per game, 2 games into the season. Right below that mark right now. You're going to have to limit those, not just in today, but the rest of the season if they want to make any noise. But just focusing on today if they want to crawl back in this game.
Reaching foul called on Jaylene Wade. Pearson hits the first free throw. Hits the second. She's now 5 of 6 in the game from free throws. Good move by Wade. Dixon at the top of the key. 40 seconds left, 18 on the shot clock. Kickball violation on Elle Sutter. Puts Jaylene Wade to the left on the baseline. Inbound pass goes to Gates at the block. No good. Ball's tipped around. It's on the floor now. Pulled down by Leeuwenberg. Sala steals it away. Wade's shot blocked by Sutter as well as Duffy. Shot clock off. Cardinals will have a chance to end the quarter. Pearson's shot is no good, so Cougars have another chance. 10 seconds on the clock. Wade brings it up near side. Gives it to Gardner in the corner for a 3. Bang! Ava Gardner getting her first points of the game at a crucial time. Cuts the lead to 2 for the Cardinals, and that's the way for the Cougars you want to end a quarter with 20 points after ending the first half with only 4.
No, yeah, just a big turnaround there for the Cougars. Offensively, they're getting a lot of different looks. I think that was the key. They weren't over-relying on the three-pointer or the interior scoring. They were spreading it around the court. Because of that, they're able to put up 20 points, their most in a single quarter this game.
45-43. Stay tuned for fourth quarter action. It's shaping up to be a good one between the Cardinals and the Cougars. Carter Gledhill and Peter Borkowski will be with you for the rest of the broadcast here on the Cougar Sports Network. And we'll take a quick break. Fourth quarter basketball about to start between the Cardinals and the Cougars. Want to give a quick shout out to our production team here on the Cougar Sports Network. Peter Borkowski, Julia Beers, Katie Schrems, Parker Kelly, Jada Carr, Ryan McGee, Chandler Kerr, Wyatt McLaughlin under the direction of CJ Sellner and Justin Bedorseth. Cougars get the inbound to start the quarter after going on a hot streak to close out the third. Jaylene Wade, the floor general, as Coach Martin calls her, showed up in the later goings of the third quarter. McGregor's shot is blocked by Leeuwenberg. It's now her second block of the game. as Pearson gives it off to Leeuwenberg, to Kowalczyk on the near side. Cardinals have been held scoreless for almost 2 minutes. Strong entrance pass from Smith to Leeuwenberg, and she had the size advantage over Ava Gardner. Leeuwenberg 5'11", Gardner 5'6", so an easy turnaround bucket brings her total on the afternoon to 20.
So Leeuwenberg's just been doing it all in the post. We saw a block on one end, turns into points at the other end. And she just grabbed the rebound, so it's kind of that big presence the Cardinals have under the basket.
Cardinals going the other way off the missed Ludwig shot. Leeuwenberg, not enough on it. Wade trying to find Gardner over the middle. Goes off her fingertips and out of bounds. Megan McClure checking in for the Cardinals.
I like the idea there from Wade. It's a little too high for Gardner to handle, but I like the fast-paced offense that Wade's trying to get started here for the Cougars.
Stephanie Kowalczyk gives it to Stravopoulos. Corner three from Pearson. Hits the back iron. Bounces around. Ludwig able to corral it.
Yeah, numbers.
Hands it off to Gardner. And she will go to the free throw line as the ref signals a foul on the shot on number 21, Stephanie Kowalczyk. That is her second foul, team's first. Gardner with her first free throw attempts of the afternoon. And she's perfect. 90% from the charity stripe on the season. Smith puts her head down, finds the right side and the basket. Smith now with 13 points. 4-point lead for the Cardinals. It's been back and forth all afternoon. Foul called. Wade goes to the free throw line. Stravopoulos credited with the foul. Jessica Kowalczyk checks in for Stravopoulos.
So I like the aggressiveness on that play from Wade, cut right towards the basket. She has that ability. We haven't really seen it today, though. Ended up drawing the foul. She can make this a 2-point play out of it.
And this is where the Cougars can make up some of the deficit so far with the free throws. In the game so far, they are 10 of 15. Jaylene Wade, 5 of 7 herself. Pearson crosses Ludwig. Smith, another take on the block. And a hard foul by Lauren Sala. Smith returns to the free throw line. And this is something that we mentioned that Sala had to be cautious of last game as she fouled out. She has to take a break now because she has 4 in this game.
Right, we talk about how nice a presence it has having Sala on the floor in terms of just bringing energy to the team. But obviously she can't be on the floor if she fouls out, so you're going to take her off, see if they need to bring her back in later in the game. She currently sits with 4 personal fouls on the day.
Smith knocks down the second free throw. Cardinals 12 of 17 in the game. Dixon, top of the three. No good. Hits off the knee of Kowalczyk. Able to keep it in bounds. Jessica Kowalczyk's pass goes out of bounds. A turnover for the Cardinals. Timeout taken by head coach Maggie McCloskey-Bax of the Cardinals. It'll be a 30-second timeout. 50-47, North Central up on Concordia Chicago in the late goings of this game. Cougars get the ball after the North Central timeout. Down by 3. Under 7 minutes to play in the game. Good pass from Wade to Ludwig. Ludwig's had some struggles trying to finish under the basket. And a foul called on Allison McGregor. That's her third.
Say most of Ludwig's scoring attempts have come right from under the basket. A lot of layup attempts as she cuts towards the basket. All 3 of her points today have come from the free throw line, though.
I think that's indicative of her play. She's able to go into the paint, but she just hasn't able to finish. Someone who has been able to finish this afternoon has been Mytree Smith, as she has 16 points and has really been disrupting the Cougars' defense in complement to Leeuwenberg with 20. Wade goes to the other side of the court. Ludwig, now she tries a 3. Tried to bank it in, no good. Offensive board by Jada Dixon. Has it stolen away by Smith, going the other way. Nothing called there. Smith loses it. It'll stay with the Cardinals. Checking in is Leeuwenberg off the bench.
So you could really tell Smith was looking for the foul there. Decided to just go through a couple Cougars, but did not get the call.
Kate Johnson replaces Dixon. And remember, we talked about Dixon. This is her first game back in over 2 years. So the limited minutes, just getting her some reps in game is a big thing. Turnaround shot by Smith. We just labeled the paint Smith territory as of this game. She has 18 points now.
And North Central's got 28 in the paint. And again, like you said, Smith has been doing a lot of that. So is Leeuwenberg. Has been taking care of business down low.
Gardner loses it on the drive and is called with a foul on a charge. Standing tall in the paint, taking it, is Stephanie Kowalczyk. Gardner now has 3 fouls. She will take a seat. Princess Gates, who shined in the third quarter with 8 points in only 7 minutes of play, will try to get it going again in the fourth. Offensive board from Kowalczyk, and the finish. She now has 2 points.
The Cougars had a big lead in the rebound category early in the game. Now they're trailing that category by 3, 43 to 40. It's a big reason they put up a lot of points against Blackburn last week.
Ball goes out of bounds off a Cardinal. Cougars will inbound with 12 seconds on the shot clock. Ludwig takes it out for CUC. Wade backs up, 5 seconds. Ludwig, contested by Kowalczyk. Step back, no good. Can't get a shot off, and it's a shot clock violation. We've talked about her all game. Stephanie Kowalczyk has been a ball hawk and is locked down every defender, every Cougar, I should say, that she's been on as a top defender for this team.
So she's one of those players. She brings value to the court that you don't really see on the stat sheet. She's got no points in the game. She does have 2 steals, though. But yeah, she's just been shutting down whoever she's been assigned to.
Leeuwenberg somehow is gifted an offensive board and another basket. She has 22 and 15 rebounds. Foul called on Mytree Smith. She was guarding Kate Johnson. She has 4 fouls now. Both teams with 3 fouls in the quarter, each with 2 to give until the bonus. Stolen away by Jessica Kowalczyk.
So we were talking about earlier how no team really seemed to have the momentum to pull away, but Cardinals doing that right now. They have their biggest lead of the night. They're 6 for 11 from the field in this fourth quarter. All 4 of the Cougars' points in the quarter has come from the free throw line.
Johnson able to grab it out from Pearson. Gates all the way, and the finish. Princess Gates now with 10 points. It's a new season high for the freshman guard. Reversing course and not able to bring it home was Stephanie Kowalczyk. Ludwig barrels her way into the paint and draws a block from Leeuwenberg.
Ludwig hasn't been able to make a field goal yet, but she's doing a good job drawing fouls. And all 3 of her points have come from the free throw line. She's just drawing a lot of contact towards her. She's making those hard cuts to the net.
Looking for some help. Gets it to Gates. She gets it back. Doesn't force the shot. Cougars are down by 9. They need to be selective. As Peter mentioned, the largest lead for the Cardinals. Wade at the free throw line. Sinks it. She has 16. Leads all Concordia scorers. .252 left to play in this game. Foul is called. Believe it will go against Jaylene Wade. It will go against Kate Johnson. Looked like the official was trying to figure out which one of the Cougar defenders he was going to give it to. Kate Johnson with her first foul. So both teams will be in the bonus from now on. Smith has been getting a lot of opportunities at the free throw line in this one.
So now is not the time you want to be handing out free points. You're trying to get back in this game. You're down by more than you mostly have been all game. Time's running down. Under 3 minutes to go left in regulation.
Smith now with 20 points brings the total for the Cardinals at the free throw line to 14 for 19. A difference maker for sure in this game as the Cougars are down by 9. Gates drives, initiates contact, nothing called. Pearson gets up.
Looks like Wade just couldn't get her balance together after initiating that contact, couldn't fight through it.
Timeout called by North Central. It'll be a full timeout. 2:14 remaining. The score is 60-51. North Central up over CUC. We'll have more action from Geisman Gymnasium shortly. Cardinals will inbound the ball in front of their own bench. Coming out of the timeout, Carter Gledhill, Peter Borkowski with you on the call. Peter, it's going to be a close one. Cardinals up to their biggest lead of the afternoon with 9 points, but still, Cougars can very well climb their way back into the game.
It's going to take a lot, but 9 points in just about 2 minutes is manageable. They got to get a defensive stop here.
Gates able to get the ball off the ground. She'll try to take it all the way. She makes the basket, but it won't count. As Allison Pearson draws the charge. She's been taking a beating in this second half for sure.
So the Cougars have done a good job limiting Pearson. She's only got 9 points on the day.
Jaylene Wade with the steal. And blocked by Leeuwenberg. It'll go down as a foul, though. Too much contact on the hand. You can hear it from up here. So Wade makes another visit to the free throw line. She's 5 of 7 from there today. Checking into the game for the Cardinals, Natalie Stravopoulos.
She committed the foul, but Leeuwenberg's just been kind of there, a constant presence in the paint all day for the Cardinals. She's played 37 minutes throughout all of the game. Cougars just have not been able to find a way to solve her and the problems she's been presenting.
Wade knocks down 2 free throws. Cougars go into full court pressure. They're down 7 with 1:42 remaining in the game. Ludwig ball pressure on Pearson, trying to match her every step. Hard pass from Smith to Leeuwenberg in the corner. Cardinals are just wasting time now. Shot clock at 9. Stravopoulos off the bench. And she knocks it home.
So Cougars might need to start turning to the 3 here. Near a minute left in regulation.
That's what they'll do. Quick. McGregor a 3. No good. Rebound by Pearson. Cardinals just pull it out under a minute to play. Cougars need to start fouling. They're going to let it play out a little bit more, though.
So you got to stop it, though. 45 seconds left.
Down by 9. Foul finally by Princess Gates will send Pearson to the free throw line. Probably one of the Cardinals you don't want to foul, as she is 5 of 6 in the game from the charity stripe. Makes the first one. Makes the second one, brings the lead to 11. Timeout taken by Coach Mart and the Cougars. It'll be a full timeout. 45.9 seconds remaining in the game. 64-53. Cardinals up over the Cougars. We'll keep it here. Peter, you mentioned that the Cougars need to start shooting some three-pointers. They're 0 of 3 so far in this quarter. They're 5 of 24 on the game. How do you think they're going to restart to get that thing going? Because not a lot of time on the clock, but desperately in need of a couple big plays.
No, they're kind of in a tricky situation. The way they got so many three-pointers off last week against Blackburn, with some good ball movement, some good off-ball movement from players as well, but they're in a situation where they might not have the luxury of the time to do that kind of stuff. So at this point, you just need to get down court, find the quickest open player, and just launch it and hope that it goes in.
And again, we talked about it before, but this is still mind-boggling to me, is that North Central has not hit a three-pointer in this game. They are 0 of 11, which to me is shocking, because you think the odds would be in your favor, at least one of those would go through.
No, and again, I think it's a little bit of their game plan. They're not relying on it because they know it's not the strength of this team. Most of their damage has come in that paint, and they've scored 34 points down there. So they know the three-point not really their game, so they're not going to play it that way.
Ludwig inbounds to Wade, three-pointer. Referee calls it a 2. Her foot was on the line. And now they try to force Pearson to the out-of-bound marker. Dixon chasing down Stravopoulos. Ball is knocked around. And now a stoppage of play. 10-second violation on the Cardinals. So Cougars catch a break. 28.9 seconds remaining.
So it's a 3-possession game right now. 3 three-pointers would tie it up, barring any of the very rare 4-point play.
Wade, step back, another 2. Hits off the side of the rim. 21 seconds remaining. Pearson with the ball now, gives it up to Sravopoulos. Foul is finally called. Waiting to see who it's on. Jada Dixon with her second foul of the afternoon, excuse me. Sravopoulos with her first trip to the free throw line. Hits the first one. Brings it back to a 10-point lead for the Cardinals. She goes perfect, makes it 11 points, and another timeout called by the Cougars. 30-second timeout. 17.7 seconds remaining in this game. Peter, it's one of those things in the late goings is that the shot selection needs to be there. Cougars have been able to get some good open looks and not able to bring it home and convert. They're 3 of 11 in the quarter from shooting. And I think a big difference maker in this, though, overall has been the fouls called on the Cougars and the Cardinals taking advantage of that from the free throw line.
No, I say we've talked about, fouls, just not anything you want to give because it's essentially just 3 points, assuming they hit the free throws. So it's kind of frustrating when you're down in such a big hole, a big part of that being those 3 points from the charity stripe.
Cardinals 18 of 23. A huge difference maker. That's why they call them free throws. Foul is called on Maitree Smith, and she will exit the game with 5 fouls, and she'll take a seat. She leaves the game with 20 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Bailey Steinkamp drew the foul and will take the free throws. Nice swish on the first one. It's her first point of the game. Cougars switch out the players they have on the side of the paint to get the rebound. Steinkamp hits the second one. Josie Call checks in for the first time in the second half.
Cougars trying to get their shooters on the floor. Got 9 points to make up in a little under 18 seconds, 17.7 left in regulation.
Pearson has it, able to split the Cougar defense, and then is fouled. The referees will confer about which one of the Cougars gets the foul. Bailey Steinkamp will. That's her first foul. Pearson, 9 of 10 from the free throw line, 13 points in the game. Cougars trying to get one last shot off. Steinkamp a step back 3, no good. Ludwig a last attempt. That one doesn't fall, and that's the game. North Central College wins by a total of 68 points to 57 for the Cougars. Peter, it was a frustrating second half at times for the Cougars in regards to streaky offensiveness. But I think the bigger picture here for the Cougars, you have to be happy with how some of the play was from other players besides the main players.
No, we mentioned her a few times, but Princess Gates really providing a spark off the bench, kept the Cougars in the game for quite a bit. Scored 10 points on only 12 minutes, 5 for 8 from the field. Just had 3 steals under her name, so good job coming off the bench and keeping this team in it for as long as she could.
Jaylene Wade led the Cougars in scoring with 20 points. Allison McGregor led the team with 14 rebounds. Cougars are back in action at home on the 23rd against Concordia, Wisconsin at 7 p.m. We'll have all that coverage on the Cougar Sports Network. For Carter Glido, I'm Carter Glido. For Peter Borkowski and the rest of the CUC broadcasting crew, that's Julia Beers, Katie Schrems, Parker Kelly, Jay DeCarr, Wyatt McLaughlin, Chandler Kerr. We'll see you back here for some men's hoops in about 45 minutes between the Cougars and UW Platteville.